Hey guys, what's going on? Ken Raider here for Raydersports. So, UConn fans, celebrate. The board has made it official, voting you back into the Big East. Still, and if you didn't know, the cloud of uncertainty has pretty much been removed from the football team, with the fact that the MAC and Conference USA have both said they have no immediate interest in UConn football. And I feel that's just, sad, but UConn will start as an independent. And they will join the ranks of UMass. They will join the ranks of Liberty as independents that nobody wants. And maybe New Mexico State falls under that too. But this is a problem. As we push towards 130 plus FBS teams, we're going to start running out of spots to put these teams in if we don't get another conference in there or something along those lines, because there's so many teams now, so few spots. We are going to start running into teams moving from FCS to FBS, or teams who are not happy with their current situation moving down, and we're going to end up with a whole bunch of independents. It's just for me an inevitable possibility. So now we have to go to the American Athletic Conference, because they said in the preliminary talks there's very little motivation to get a 12th team in there. Well, ESPN's about to give them a little motivation, because ESPN said they're in a kind of a wait and see pattern to see who replaces UConn as that 12th team. Because the 12-year, $1 billion deal that UConn hated, that started all this in the first place, has a clause in it that was made in case UCF left for a bigger conference of football. That would allow compensation to ESPN for losing a high-ranked team, which it was afraid UCF would do, which now it has lost UConn basketball, which is the premier basketball prestigious name in the AAC. So ESPN has said it is in a wait and see, but it seems like this, at least part of this, is going to be negotiated. This 12 years, $1 billion deal is not going to be a 12-year, $1 billion deal, in my opinion, at the end of this all. If they don't get another team in there, and you see where this is going. But since the AAC schools are saying that UConn will have to buy their way out, and that there's more money going to be coming in, and an 11-team league over $1 billion makes more than a 12-team league for $1 billion. But ESPN I bet you is pretty pissed off the fact that their highest basketball brand is going over to the Big East, who is ran by Fox Sports. There's an issue. I'm sure ESPN has a fucking problem with this. So, with UConn going to the competitor, AAC basketball is not looked upon as the same, especially the women's basketball. So what can the AAC do? Stay at 11 teams. But then this jeopardizes your college football championship, your conference championship game. And they think, with 11 members you can do it. Because either one, you're going to have unbalanced divisions. That's going to open up a can of worms with the teams who are in the 6th division bitching about the 5 division teams having to play less of a interdivision schedule and less of a round robin. And so that's the first mess. Number 2, go keep the 11-team league and drop down to and get rid of the divisions. Well, what happens in that situation? I read to you from the rule book of the NCAA. if I can just find my place here, between the top 2 teams in each conference standings following a full round-robin regular season competition between all members of said conference. That means in order to keep its conference championship, the AAC would have to, 1, break up into uneven divisions, as I said, or 2, play 10 regular season conference games, which will decrease the value of out of conference, which means they would have, meaning if, forget them ever scheduling an FCS opponent again. Like, if you're going to schedule an FCS opponent, you might as well just like give up your season right there, because your strength of schedule is going to be left at, especially in a non-conference, when you're only going to have 2 games that are out of conference. So you better make sure those are really strong games that you are scheduling in order to even be looked at as the conference that you are, the 6th best conference in the country. So really, this is just ridiculous for them to look at this and say everything's going to be the same. We're just going to divvy up UConn's money, and we're all going to be a little richer, a little skinnier, and a little happier. But guess what? ESPN, please force them to add a 12th team. I just love realignment. Gives us all something to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Ken Rayder, and I'm signing out.